All right, but for the most part, it's saying to just keep the colors the same. So if you look at like a piano, you'd see, or like you look at this. This is piano, right? It's kind of a piano there, you see, but C is colored yellow and E is colored green and G is colored red. But that's not going to change, so that doesn't affect us. So you start putting numbers on so we can learn. So if I put the fret nut here, now this becomes the key of F because the low E is the open string where the fret nut is. Okay, so that would become the key of F. So we don't have to assign a fret nut because we don't want to say that this is in a key of anything. To learn the string shapes, they're going to be the same interval numbers in any key. So in C it'd be root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the key of A it'd be root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But now you'd have to hit a C sharp, an F sharp, and the seventh would be a G sharp. Okay, so there's 3 sharps in the key of A. The key of G would be root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but all you have is an F sharp. That kind of thing. So the string shapes are defined as the bottom string of the entire cage equals the string shape number. Now, because here's a good thing about guitar. The top string and the bottom string are the same. They're not tuned to the same, but one is 2 octaves above the other. Okay, actually 1, 2, yeah, it's 2 octaves above the other. So if we're playing a root down here, which is E, okay, we got 2 octaves. Okay, so they're the same note, but 2 octaves above. So we can look at the string shape also as the top string of each cage. So we have our cages. We have C, A, G cage, and then we can come over here to D cage, E cage, and D cage. C, A, G, E, D. All right, so the string shapes are the bottom and the top strings of each cage. So the string shape in the D is 2, 3, 4. So that's designated as the string shape. The string shape in the C is 3, 4, 5 because this is the C box. When we play the C chord, a common C chord, and the bottom string becomes 3, 4, 5. Okay? Now, neighbors to that C is the A, and this is where we get into our 4 by cage string pair ladder map. Okay, let's look at C on the bottom. And then the C shape leads into and shares that 5. It shares that 5 with the A shape. Okay? And the magic of this drawing here, it says follow pattern from bottom, spelling caged in 2 letter shapes. We can go C, A, G, E, D. These are in string shapes. These are not notes. These are string shapes. So the C string shape is 3, 4, 5. The A string shape is 5, 6 over here. The E string shape 7, root 2. Okay, that kind of thing. The D string shapes 2, 3, 4. We can go up and caged in like a ladder. C, A, G, E, D. 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 That's why it's the 4-time caged pair, caged string pair. Now here's a string pair because they share the 5. Now we can look at this. Do we have a sharing diagram? Yes, here's one of the sharing diagrams. Cage, string, pair, circle. So going from C to A shape, we share the 5. In the key is C, we would start a C string shape, 3, 4, 5. A string shape would be 5, 6. They share the 5. Between the A string shape, which is 5, 6, and the G string shape, which is 6, 7 root, they share the 6. Between the G string shape, that's 6, 7 root, and the E string shape, that's root 2, 7 root 2, they share the 7 root. And there's an easy way to look at the 7 root and the 3, 4. Okay, and so this is, and so on and so on. So we go to the E string shape, and they share the 2. So E string shape is 7 root 2, D string shape is 2, 3, 4, or do down here. And they share the 3, 4. Okay, then back up to C, because when I was talking about make it all the way around. So between the D string shape, 2, 3, 4, and the C string shape, 3, 4, 5, they share the 3, 4. And I have an interesting little way of looking at these these shared relationships. I can't seem to get this guy over here, so we're going to have to deal with him up here. This is string pair note connectivity. Okay, I mean, I could bring this over here too. I could like just let's just see if we can just make it big so we can deal with it. Here's string pair note connectivity. Okay, so we just looked at these. The string shapes are up here, G's 6, 7 root, these 2, 3, 4, and those are the top and the bottom strings of the cage. Okay, and these are the rolled out modal chords that go pentatonic ascending, D, E, G, A, C. Backwards it's caged, C, A, G, these are both G, E, D. So everything in guitar, you can use the word caged, but I have a new technique, a new way of looking at it. Now, this isn't totally new, this is just extra, where instead of using the word caged, which is C, A, G, E, D, try to look at it as a descending pentatonic scale. C, A, G, E, D, C, A, G, E, D. Why? Because when we want to change directions and go ascending, it's a lot easier than to go, oh, what's the opposite of caged? Where am I? D? Okay, where's D? What's up from D? D, E. Okay, if you had just gone down, say I'm going down a pentatonic scale, so it's C, A, G, E, D. I'm going to change directions, D, E, G, A, C. It's, if you look at caged as a descending pentatonic scale and count, and forget the word cage, just start on C or A or G or E or D and go down that pentatonic scale in the key of C, right? Remember, it's caged. It's caged. It's not something like A, B, C sharp, E, F sharp, right? That'd be you know, ace, Ef. It's not the ace Ef system. It's the cage system, right? Something like that. And by the way, that would be backwards, so it'd be ace. Anyway, I've done that before. I'm getting a little better at doing those. So anyway, I have a little treat for you here. Is one way to look at this. The C, the 3, 4, you can look at it as 3/4, and the root, the 7 to root, look at it as 7/8. If you're comfortable with fractions, you can look at it as 7/8. So in this shorthand, it would be G and E both share the 7 and the 8, right? And then the D and the C both share the 3 and the 4. So, you know, that's just one way of looking at it if you're more comfortable with the numbers. The C and the A share the 5, the A and the G share the 6, and E and D share the 2.